All right, let's talk about the one thing that will completely change your AI game. I'm not talking about some super complicated trick or hack. It's actually a really simple but powerful idea: context. This is the secret to getting results that go from just okay to absolutely brilliant.
You know the feeling, right? You ask an AI for help with something, and the answer you get back is just completely useless. It's so generic and unhelpful, you start thinking, why did I even bother asking? We've all been there.
Yeah, like this. You ask for a simple project update email, and this is what it spits out. It's totally empty, right? It says nothing. This is what happens when the AI has zero information to work with. It's just guessing, and, well, it's guessing badly.
So the big question is, how do you turn that mess into something professional, something you can actually use every single time? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down. There is a way.
Okay, so here it is. The secret sauce is all about context and background. Seriously, it's that simple. The best way to think about it is like setting the stage for a play, right? You can't just throw actors on a blank stage and say, go. They need to know the scene, their character, their motivation. And AI is no different. You have to set that stage before you tell it what to do.
And look, this isn't just some vague concept. The results are, honestly, they're staggering. We're talking about a 70% plus improvement in accuracy, according to research from OpenAI. Just think about that for a second. That is a massive jump in quality just from making one little change to how you ask.
And it's not just about accuracy, it's about reliability too. Good context can cut down on those weird AI hallucinations, when it just starts making stuff up, by almost half. That's huge. So the takeaway is pretty simple. You get way better, more accurate, and frankly, more trustworthy results. So why does this even work? What's going on under the hood? Well, part of it is something called the context window effect. Just think of it like the AI's short-term memory. Whatever information you give it right at the beginning, that's what sticks. It colors and shapes everything else the AI says after that.
And that ties right into this next idea, the attention mechanism. See, these AIs have been trained on like a digital version of the entire internet. It's a gigantic amount of information. When you provide context, you're basically handing the AI a highlighter and saying, out of all that noise, this is what matters for my request. Pay attention to this part. It's how you focus its incredible brain power.
Okay, that's the why. Now for the how. How do you actually do this? It's a super simple 4-step framework that works for pretty much any request. Step 1, context. Set the stage. Step 2, task. Say what you want it to do. Step 3, requirements. Give it the rules. And step 4, output. Tell it what the final result should look like. Easy. But let's really zoom in on that first one, context, because it's the most important.
So what actually goes into the context part? It's way easier than you might think. You're just answering a few basic questions. Who are you? Or who is the AI supposed to be? What's the situation we're dealing with? Why are we even doing this? What's the goal? And finally, how should it be done? Like, what's the tone or style? If you can answer those 4 things, you are golden. Okay, enough theory. Let's look at some real examples. Check this out. The before prompt is something we've all written. Write a function to fetch data. I mean, what does that even mean? But now, look at the after. We've given it that rich context. You're a Python dev using FastAPI. You need to handle off. We've laid out the task, the requirements, everything. It knows exactly what to do.
And here are the results. It's almost comical, right? The before gives you, well, nothing. An empty function. Thanks for that. But the after? That's a complete production-ready function. It's got error handling, imports, everything. You could literally copy and paste that into your project. The difference is just night and day. And it all comes back to that initial context.
And this isn't just the thing for coders. Not at all. It works for everything. Take a look at this business email example. The before. Write an email about the project. Again, a total recipe for disaster. But with context, we're telling it, you are Sarah writing to your manager, David, about this specific project, and you need to ask for $15,000 for a consultant. We've even specified the tone. We're just setting it up to win. And boom, there it is. On the left, that useless, generic email we started with. But on the right, a perfectly crafted, professional, and actionable message. It gets right to the point, states the problem, presents the solution. It actually accomplishes something. It's not just an email anymore, it's a tool to get things done. Let's do one more. This one's a great example. The before prompt, explain how databases work. Simple enough, right? But explain it to who? A 5-year-old? A PhD? The AI has no clue. Now look at the after. We tell it exactly who we're talking to. You're explaining this to front-end developers who know React. This is so key. We're telling it what they know and what they don't, so it can tailor the explanation perfectly.
And the results speak for themselves. The before is like a dry, dusty page from a college textbook. Totally academic, probably not very helpful. But the after, it's a practical, relatable explanation. It uses analogies they'll get, like a superpowered local storage. It connects the new idea to things they already understand. It's the difference between a boring lecture and a great conversation.
All right, so let's wrap this up with a simple playbook. 4 rules to live by. Number 1, context always comes first. Set that stage before you do anything else. 2, be specific, but you don't need to write a novel. Give it the important details, not the entire history of your company. That leads to number 3, quality over quantity. A few perfect lines of context are way better than a page of junk. And finally, if you're in a long chat, just gently remind the AI of the context every now and then to keep it focused.
And hey, here's a little pro tip for you to make this even more efficient. Create templates. Seriously, if you find yourself writing the same kind of Python code or the same kind of marketing emails all the time, just create a standard context block for it. Save it somewhere. Then you can just copy, paste, and make a few small changes. It's a total game changer and saves a ton of time.
So, when you get down to it, the big takeaway is this. Your AI isn't dumb, it's not lazy. It's just waiting for you to be a good director. It's ready and waiting to be absolutely brilliant. The only question is, are you ready to brief it?